Hi, I'm Randolph Miller, and welcome to Bounce Around Charleston. We have a wonderful show set up for you today. My first guest is Kelly Moore and Janice Harris. They're from the Medical Service of America, Home Health and Hospice. Welcome to Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for having us.
Okay, tell us about your services. What do you all do?
Well, today we want to talk about a special program that we do in the community. It's called Chemo with Style. It started in 2005 by one of our community partners, Paulette Krishan, and our volunteer coordinator, Terry Bonshon at the time. Paulette had cancer and she was receiving treatment and lost her hair. So we decided to start doing a tea party every other month where we have all the items donated, wigs, wraps, scarves. We show people how to tie a scarf. We have one lady who has come through the program when she was undergoing her chemo treatments 7 years ago. Now she's in remission, full head of hair, but she comes into that class and shows the ladies, she gives them a t-shirt, cuts it for them and show them how to wrap their hair, make a turban out of a t-shirt. But that's what we do. It's a wonderful program for women and it empowers them. It's not only just getting a wig, but we love on them. We're in South Carolina Oncology building and they help to provide the food for this program. So a lot of their patients come by and it's totally free. Everything is free. Kelly came to our last class, which was 2 weeks ago. And I'm gonna let her tell you a little bit about what she thought.
The class is fantastic. And I'm Kelly Moore and I'm an account executive in Orangeburg, South Carolina. And we have a wonderful program here in Columbia, but we also want to get more out into the other areas. So I've been working hard with Janice and kind of developing the Orangeburg market. We've got the wigs there. We have all the supplies that are needed. But when I came to the class in Columbia, it's a really fun event. The ladies are, they're nervous when they first get here. And the MSA team just kind of wraps around them and supports them. And then we have the volunteers like Janice mentioned that has kind of gone through the cancer and survivors, and they come in and share their stories. And I just love how, you know, the patient, you know, gets their wig and by the time they leave, they're smiling and they're happy. And they've met some new friends that are going to support them through this hard journey. So I'm just super excited that you're involved and going to help me grow this Orangeburg market and get the message out there. The program is really for anybody that is losing their hair going through chemo. And even if they're a survivor and still having problems with their hair, we want them to, you know, call on us and let them, you know, let us help them some.
And also women who's not, I mean, just any type of illness is causing or disease is causing them to lose their hair. It may not be chemo, it may be medication or may be alopecia in certain areas, and it's totally no cost to those that attend. And a lot of times people will bring a loved one or somebody for support along with them. And we have a beautician that comes, they've been coming for years, we've had several of them, but all that's been part of this program has magic of fingers. They can style, flip, and sometimes clip, and you look amazing. Absolutely amazing.
Tell me something, what kind of wigs do you all have?
Oh, can she turn the computer and show you just a little bit?
We've got a couple back here. We also provide caps. Yeah.
About 2 months ago, the American Cancer Society, they closed their Columbia location and they had a program that they would look good, feel good, and they would give out wigs as well. And so we were the recipient for their wigs. They knew what the program that we've had here for many years and they've been a community partner. And so now we have those wigs. And matter of fact, yesterday, this is how good God is. Kim from the American Cancer Society emailed me yesterday and told me she had a lady who was looking for a wig. Could she send her over? And I told her, absolutely, would love for her to come. And anyone else, to spread the word that we would be happy to help them.
So how do we get that? So what can we do to get this word out?
Okay, this is a wonderful start here. And I know your church, your volunteers have helped me with spreading it through the church. I also want to take it to the Mabry Cancer Center here in the Orangeburg market and share it with all of their patients as well. But really connect with the churches and the different organizations around town just to make sure people know, that this service is out there for them.
And it's a wonderful service. So tell me, when the women come in, how do they respond to all of this?
Well, a lot of time they're very apprehensive when they come, and they'll call and ask questions. And once they get here, sometimes they're real quiet, and just, not only sometimes they're still receiving treatments, and sometimes they don't feel good physically, and they're very uncomfortable with what's going on since they've lost their hair, and for people to see them with their, head being bald. But once they come in and we do our little spiel, and I'm a 2-time thyroid cancer survivor. I didn't lose my hair, but I had radiation where I had to wear wigs because I couldn't do anything to my hair. But just hearing the stories of those that came, the volunteers, and those that are here for them, some that's gonna be for them. And then we start, after we do a couple things with the wraps and the scarves and the turbans, then we say it's time to play in hair. And everybody go and start picking out wigs, and we tell them to pick out 3 or 4 wigs, and we're just gonna try them on. And if it's something that they kind of on the fence about, and we look at it and we're not real sure it's the best one for them, we'll tell them, well, let's try something else. And we're grabbing wigs and let them try. And then once they get something that looks good on them, we ooh and ah and clap and shout and just have the best time loving on them. And that
Well,
is
let me ask a question. Okay, can we take this to other areas also, just outside of Orangeburg?
Well, I'm gonna tell you, it's fully on donations. Everything has been donated, all the wigs, all the wraps, all the scarf. The women in ministry from the AME Church has been our partners for a long time. And they have did wigs and scarf drives and would bring them to us. Sigma Gamma Rho came last week, and they've been our community partner. So they do wigs and scarves for us as well. We have a female social club, like girls that have like sassy divas riders, motorcycle and classy cars. They came and gave us a donation at our last class, and they emailed me and said anything else we need, they would help us. So that's how we get the word out. We can duplicate it, but before the pandemic, when we would have our class, we would have sometimes 20, 25 women, and that would, deplete your supply very rapidly. But now we have them trickle down during the week just to get one-on-one, and then we have the class every other month. And so people are slowly coming back because they're a little bit afraid about, social distancing and the pandemic and all that. And we can fully understand that. So we just gradually want people to know that we're still offering the service for the community, and people are blessed for it.
I do believe that once this word gets out, you're going to be getting calls from all over the state wanting you all to do the service. And so what can the community do to help you, Kelly?
I think, kind of like your volunteer, Sheila, that called and told me about your breast cancer walk at your church. And she set up a little table for me, and I provided her like 3 or 4 wigs. I'm sure you were there and remember. Yes. And she put that on display for me and helped get the message out there to all her ladies in the community and your church. So that's one idea. And we do have, we've got the program is really big here in Columbia. Janice has done an outstanding job, and I'm fortunate to have her help me in Orangeburg. And they have had this program in Orangeburg. We just need to revitalize it a little bit and get some excitement around it again. So I think, if anybody calls, I think we can strategize together and come up with some ideas to, branch out to wherever we need to go. So we'll work with anybody that's willing to support us and help us.
And ideally, around the first of the year, because we're getting ready to go into the holiday season now, I had talked with Kelly about starting, just doing the flyer, getting the word out, and I would come down and we would advertise me coming down one day or half a day or whatever the community needed for me to be able to help her fit wigs. And so we'll get that information out to the cancer center, some of the doctor's offices, some of the churches as well. But we will be there starting out one day, maybe a month, depending on the needs of the community, and see what we can get going from there.
Well, Kelly and Janice, I think what you all are doing is simply awesome. And I think you're going to be getting some major calls from the communities in the Tri-County area. Thank you all for being on Bounce Around Charleston.
Thank you for having us. We
Reverend
appreciate
Miller.
it.
Take care.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
You've heard it right here on Bounce Around Charleston. If you need their services, we'll put the information on the screen. Reach out to them. Somebody can definitely use their help. We'll be right back after this break.